Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. We have a big Saturday slate, hence why this video is later than what I usually would want to post these videos. There were so many games to go through and I was trying to go through every single game, mainly because one, like I said, there was a lot of games, and two, even though it's a big slate, I honestly didn't really find that much that I liked, but I still found enough to make a video. And as always, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, but more than likely tomorrow before games start, just in case lineups change, lines in the sports books and the player prop apps change in general. So keep an eye out for those, but I won't waste any more time. This video is already later than what I want it to be. So the first pick is Antonio Raillo to go higher than 0.5 shots, playing at home for Mallorca, going up against Espanyol. He's averaged 0.97 shots per 90, so pretty much averages 1 per game. And he's gone from going over this prop in 6 out of 13 away, which is a 46% hit rate, up to a 69% hit rate from at 9 out of 13 at home. And 23 out of his 25 shots have come from set pieces. And usually I wouldn't take a player like that because I usually like to take a center back that moves up on the pitch, takes a shot from there, or set pieces. This one is really only set pieces. I usually wouldn't take it, but it's just a great matchup that I just cannot ignore. He went over this prop in the first game with 3, and that game was away from home, and now they're at home, and all 3 of those shots came from set pieces. And the reason why I mention this is because Espanyol on average, if I'm not mistaken, first of all, I know for a fact they are, in general, when it comes to total shots, allow the top 3 most, and also on average they give away the 4th most corners when they played away from home to opponents at 6, and Mallorca took 6 corners in that first game away. Now that they're at home, they can at least get 6, if not more, and he will, in my opinion, be at the end of at least one of them. And they tend to foul. They actually foul the 4th most at 14, and when they do, they tend to be in dangerous areas, and that just means set pieces. So Espanyol give away a lot of corners, they give away a lot of free kicks because they foul a lot, and they're horrible at defending those set pieces, horrible at the corners, horrible at the free kicks in general. So he's gonna have plenty of opportunities. We just need him to find one of them. There's a reason why he took 3 shots in that first game, and at the end of the day, it's good odds, good matchup. I can't ignore it, so I like it. I like Antonio Raillo to go higher than 0.5 shots. And then the second player prop that I found that I like, this one is on underdog as well, just like Raillo, and it's a safer play that you can pair it up with. I think it's pretty safe considering the odds that you're getting him at, and it's Joshua Kimmich to go under 0.5 goals and assists, playing away from home for Bayern Munich, going up against Berlin. He's only had 6 goals and assists in 24 games, mainly all assists. That's a 25% hit rate, but he's gone under in 9 out of 11 away games. That's an 82% hit rate, and he went under in the first game against them, despite Bayern Munich scoring 3 goals. He wasn't even involved in one of them, and there's a big reason for that as well, and I'll get into that here in a second. But Berlin's defense in general is much better when they play at home compared to away. They've conceded 25 goals in 13 away games, so pretty much average 2 goals given to opponents to 12 goals and 12 at home. So they average only 1 goal conceded at home. And if they Bayern, will they score 1 or 2? Probably 2. Yes, but Kimmich regardless is not going to be involved. He wasn't involved when they scored 3 in that first game as well. So that's another reason why I would like this play. And his game in general, the way he plays, is more about controlling the midfield and just trying to maintain control, maintain possession, pass the ball around, mainly between the defense. So besides his CDM partner, it's going to very likely be Goretzka because Paulinho is injured, and Goretzka is the box-to-box that moves up when they attack. Kimmich is the one that sits back, which is what I like. And even in the 2 games he played them last season, in which Bayern Munich scored 6 goals between the 2 games, he did not get a single one. So even with 6 goals scored, he still was not involved. He played 1 game as a right back, 1 game as a CDM. So pretty much we just gotta hope and pray that we do not have bad luck. Like I mentioned, most of his goals and assists come from assists, and his assists come from him taking set pieces. And the reason why I'm not worried about that is, first of all, like I said, Berlin's defense is better at home, much better at home. And 2, Berlin are good at defending set pieces. When they concede goals, they do not come from set pieces. So just matchup-wise, being away from home, just in general, the way he plays, I think you're getting good odds here. I do not see him being involved. So I like Joshua Kimmich to go lower than 0.5 goals and assists. Very quickly before I get into the money lines, just so I can get this video out much faster, if you guys please could, as always, like the video, comment, it helps support the channel, subscribe turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos are out. And if you want to get these videos out even earlier than what you usually would, even when they're out late, I still have it set to members get the videos before they go out public. It's a great way to support the channel, and again, you get the videos out earlier as well. And then my links for everything, whether it's Outlier, whether it's Underdog, PrizePicks, everything, Fliff, is linked in the description. So I really wouldn't thank anybody who supports me in any way. But I have two money line plays, and the first one is a Nottingham Forest money line away from home going up against Ipswich. You can currently get this for -125. Ipswich are winless in their last 9 out of 10 in the league and 9 out of 10 in all competitions. Even at home, they've only won 1 out of 14 games. So it's just whether or not Forest can avoid a draw. And I believe they will. They're coming off a big 1-0 win against City, and they have kept a clean sheet in their last 3 out of 5 games in the league. And if you look at the ones that they have conceded, they conceded 4 against Newcastle and 2 against Fulham, who are both decent attacks. But Ipswich is not that at all. They have only scored 10 goals in 14 games at home, so they barely can get a goal at home. And in the first game, they beat them 1-0, and they actually recently played in the cup, and that game was 1-1. But Nottingham Forest did not even play their full squad. So if they played their main squad, they would have won that game. And that's what they're going to do this game. Besides, they're playing a team. There's a reason why Ipswich have only scored 10 and 14. They're not a clinical team at all. They've only converted 25% of the shots on target that they've taken, while Forest, on the other hand, are an above average team, converting 36% of their chances. And ultimately, it comes down to Ipswich's weak defense not being clinical compared to Forest's strong defense, and they will have the opportunities and they will convert. They're fully healthy. Their attack is fully healthy. Chris Wood, Morgan Gibbs-White, Elanga, Hudson-Odoi. Besides, a win here keeps them 4 points ahead of 5th place. They want to keep top 4 so they can make it to the Champions League, and I just like their team much better. So I like the Nottingham Forest money line going up against Ipswich for -125. And then the second player prop that I found, the second money line that I found that I like is the AC Milan money line going up against Como for -145. We took them last time when I said it was their turning point, and now they're at home, and you're still getting good value here because Como can be a tricky team, but I don't think it's going to be tricky for Milan, and I'll explain why. First of all, in the first game that they played, when they played them away from home, they beat them 2-1, and now they're at home, which is even better for us. And Como is much worse away. When it comes to how many goals they concede, they've actually conceded 22 goals at home and 22 away. So if anything, they still concede a lot of goals in general, but it mainly goes... the main reason why is due to their attack. They go from scoring 22 goals at home down to 12 away from home. And when you look at Milan's defense, they much more improve when they play at home compared to away. They've conceded 21 goals away, all the way to 11 at home. They concede less than a goal a game, which is good for us. Again, if they won that first game in which Como's better and Milan is worse, I can easily see them winning this game now that they're better at home and Como is worse away. And Como have only won 1 out of 10 away games, so it's another game like Forest in which it's just whether Milan can avoid a draw, and I believe they will. They conceded 2 goals to Lecce last game, but first of all, they started a rotated squad. They didn't play their full-strength squad, and 2, they were not playing their main keeper. They were not playing Magnan. They were playing Sportiello, who is much older and not better, but now they should be playing their full-strength squad, which is what I like, and they're 6 points behind top 6, so they need this win to try to catch up, and this is their last home game until April because we will be going into an international break, and then when they come back, their next game is going to be away from home. So they need to put on the show for their home fans as well. They haven't seen a home win in the league in quite a while, so they need this win here. And Como, it's just they will either be scoreless because Milan's defense is good at home, or Milan will outscore them, which is what happened in the first game. Besides, they're not a clinical team anyways. They've only converted 26% of the shots on target that they've taken, and I just trust Milan to come through at home against a Como team that's much weaker away. So I like the AC Milan money line for -145 going up against Como. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. It was not a great day. It wasn't a horrible day, but it wasn't a good day. It was a 2-3 day. The 2 that came through was Dorgu to get a shot. He ended with like 3, so that was pretty easy. And then Tottenham to qualify. They came through. They did it in the first 90 minutes. They didn't even have to go 2 extra time. So if you took the -1.5 at plus money, you would have hit that as well. But the ones that missed, we had Suit to take a shot. He got subbed out at halftime for some reason. I had an added play, Dovvik to take 2 shots. And in the beginning of the game, Roma gets a red card, which is horrible news for us, which was unfortunate as well. And then we had Chelsea -1.5. They did win, but they only won by 1. They still started a very rotated squad. So honestly, again, getting subbed out at halftime, getting an early red card. We were just having bad luck, and hopefully we do not have that luck in this big Saturday slate. So the reads were still there. I do not regret making those picks, but we were just unfortunate to just have bad luck, and hopefully that can turn around in tomorrow's slate. We have a lot of big games. Like I mentioned, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, but more than likely tomorrow. And then I do have a Discord link in the description. Just want to quickly mention that it's not a premium, completely free, just if you want to join a good community that I'm trying to build over there. If you want to show your picks, see other people's picks, talk about other sports, just sports in general, you could join that. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.